Shout out to Jody Cohen. I'm going to give a shout out to every new subscriber from now on. At the beginning of every new video, because I want to show my appreciation for each and every one of you that have a true interest in what it is that I'm doing here. The messages I get, the comments, you guys are who I have in mind. You are why I show up every day to continue. You're giving me strength. And you also, I'm holding I have to be accountable to all of you. If you expect a video every day, I have you on my mind, oh, so-and-so, but he might want this today, because I know YouTube channels that I watch, there was times where I'm like, come on, it's 8:30, you're supposed to, I was watching, when I first got into crypto and I was learning about XRP, I was watching Brad Kimes. I ventured away from Brad Kimes a little bit, but I was watching Brad Kimes every single day because it was just like, what's the news? What's going on? I desperately needed that news. So, even though now I know how to find it on my own, but nonetheless, like I said, I really look forward to those videos. So, I'm accountable to you. I got to show up for you. And I appreciate each and every one of you, because Gary Vee once made a really good, Gary Vee's made many great points, but one thing Gary Vee said that really kind of hit me was the fact that what people do, right? Oftentimes, as they're building something, it'll be influencers, artists, whatever it is, they take the people who actually give a shit about what they're doing for granted to chase everybody who could give less than a shit. So here you have, I don't give a fuck if it's two people. These two people care. You take them for granted to chase a bunch of other people who won't give you the time of day. Well, if you get those people, right? So now you ignore the people who care. You lose them to get other people who care. You're going to repeat the same process. Eventually lose them, get other people. That is a bad way to do things. Imagine it's a business, right? You got two motherfucking customers. What matters more than your two customers? You better cater to those goddamn customers. They keeping the lights on. Now, you guys aren't keeping the lights on, I'm doing it, but you get the analogy. So, I do this for you. I don't do it for people who don't care. This is very specific content. Not everybody's going to be into this. We are a specific brand of people. We are we are not the average person. Anybody who's into this content that I'm talking about is somebody who's deep into the art. Okay, this is not casual viewer person. This is for people who like to go deep, and take it to the next level. Those are the people who are tuning into my shit. Now, I'm going to be doing some upgrades. I have some updates. I'm going to be doing some upgrades. So I might end up having to take a day off, maybe two. I don't want to, and I'm going to try not to. But I'm going to up the quality. I have a professional camera. I have this set up for the lights. So I just got to do it. I didn't do it from the beginning because the consistency was more important to me than the quality. But now I've proven to myself that I can be consistent. So it's like, let's figure out how to incorporate, let's take it up a notch, but as I do that, it becomes an extra project, but it's probably necessary, because now, for those of you involved in film, Dave specifically, you come to mind, Dave Nice, everybody, you should follow Dave Nice. He films, shoots videos. He shot the video for Time's Up, right? I'm going to touch on that because I'm still releasing that stuff. But when you shoot on the camera, you got to take the card out. You got to put it into your computer. Then you got to edit it on a program. So it's exported. It's an extra step, and it is time consuming. So I consciously chose to bypass that. I sacrificed quality for, just to be able to move smoothly. So, but I'm gonna try to step it up because I think it's worth it. So yeah, speaking of that joint, that belongs to a project called Nine. Bunch of freestyles, and these freestyles, what we call today is a freestyle. These freestyles were basically came from me being inspired by battle rappers. It came to a point in time where I realized that I was no longer ahead of the curve, and my mind was not functioning on the level that theirs was. I'm not the kind of artist who's okay with that. I have to feel that I'm up to par, if not ahead. So I made a conscious effort. Can I do what they do? Because I was ahead of my time when I was battling. How about now? Can I be up to par? And it was like, you most certainly can. I come to realize, and it was fun. Like, it made it fun again because it was something new. So that's what that project was based on. It was just bars, the intricacy, you know what I'm saying? The breaking down of lines, and that's what that is, So I'm going to be releasing that. Born Again Sinners, I'm going to release all this shit. There's just been so much that it went on in my life that it had me, kind of stunted my movement. But I'm doing everything in my power to prevent that from happening ever again. I'm trying to stay consistent from now until the day I die. This is what I'm on a mission, okay? Just the execution of it alone is the reward for me. I am thriving off of a different kind of motivation this time around. So I went over the upgrades that I want to implement. I went over some stuff. Oh yeah. So what I think I'm going to do like a Patreon for you guys who want to support, and I'll come up with like some give you some kind of exclusive content specifically for you. Maybe some motivational stuff. Maybe a even deeper, in-depth look into the artistry than what I actually even give here. Maybe some first look exclusives into the upcoming material. Maybe we'll get into that. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of exclusive shit. It'll be dope. I gotta figure it out. Also, I message Phobia. We're gonna get some verses from Phobia. That's exciting. Which made me also want to get some verses. What time I got? 8. Okay. Made me want to get verses from some other people as well. I'm gonna reach out to Riddles. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna make a video specifically about Riddles. Maybe I'll be able to do that today. I'm gonna reach out to Riddles. I want to get the verses from him. Because Riddles was actually the first person that I was around that actually got to the next level. So basically, like, meaning that like there was a noticeable transformation, like when Gandalf the Grey became Gandalf the White, and you're like, holy shit, this motherfucker's on another level. Like, how do I climb up and get over there? That was Riddles. All right, mode 6. Some of you might know Riddles as Jay Driller. He's a part of the Rock the House events. Him and my man Doc Ock. I don't know if he's still a part of them, but he was, I believe, at one point, and they had the podcast with the late great PH. So that Jay Driller, but I knew Riddles, and Riddles was next level. So I want to get him to do to show what he was doing in that point in time, and you guys can look at the quality of these verses, and think about what was going on in that point in time, and so you can understand why I feel the way that I feel today, and why I felt that way back then about what I was surrounded by. Despot too. Despot was incredible. Now Despot, I don't know if I can get him to spit some of these old verses, because Despot has a show on HBO where this motherfucker, he's hanging out with, like, I don't know, fucking Young Thug and all the, like, just, and they're like in the desert somewhere. It's actually a dope show. It's called Chillin' Island. You know, so he's doing that. I don't know if he can spit vintage verses. Maybe, you never know. But so that's what I want to do. I'm going to get this material, and I want to, you know what I'm saying, be able to present it to you guys. You could, you know, because it's one thing for me to talk about it. It's another thing for you to actually be able to witness it and view it for yourselves. So that's some stuff that I'm going to have coming up. Right now, I'm going to end this here. Let's see if I can get this riddles joint done.